Hello everybody, my name is Speed and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something that I've been requested several times, and it's a block by block tutorial of Gnembon's gold farm for Minecraft 1.16. And I'm pretty excited for this because I originally, a long time ago, I wanted to build this for myself on my Comcraft series. Never got around to it, but may still do that at some point. But either way, here we are in my redstone testing world, and I have basically the first half of his farm. This is the collection area and the killing area for the farm, and then like the drop chute. But we don't have the gigantic spawning area yet. We'll get to that a little bit later. But also, before we start, I just want to say a big thank you to all you guys for the 300 subscribers. We just got to that a couple days ago, and it's really awesome. So thanks for all the support. I may be launching a Patreon or a Discord server sometime in the near future, so I'll let you know if I decide to do that at some point. But also, there will be a world download for this. It'll be called the Redstone Testing World. I'll put the coordinates on screen that you need to go to in the nether because, well, this kind of requires a specific biome and like kind of a specific kind of area. Like, as you can see, we're in the nether wastes and there's a gigantic lava ocean. Yeah, you're gonna have to build it over nether waste, preferably over a big lava lake, so there's as few spawning locations as possible. And you'll have to do some sort of spawn proofing, like with beds and fire or gold pressure plates if you're Iskal on Hermitcraft. But either way, let's go ahead and get started on this farm. Obviously, you're gonna need to be on the nether roof, but you're also gonna want to go you're gonna need to put the first block. We're going from the bottom up because it's easier. You're gonna put the very first block on Y level 155. And it was at this point that I actually messed up, and that's because, well, I put the block to start one block lower than it should be. I got confused with the block that I was looking at versus the block I was actually standing on. Where it says the targeted block, it's supposed to be Y 156, not 155. So you are going to need to put the block at Y level. When you're standing on it, it should say 157, but the targeted block should say Y level 156. So just know that that's actually how it's supposed to go. I eventually catch that later in the video. You're going to make a 12 block long line of blocks like this, and this is the very bottom of the sorting system for the different items that we're getting. And also, this farm is configured to just delete any golden swords and rotten flesh, which you can change should you want to. Okay, you're gonna put repeaters on top of all these blocks because we're just making the big bank of sorting systems right now. The super simple OG sorting systems that have been around for a long time and somehow haven't broken yet. You're gonna put blocks on the ends over here, and then on both sides, on this side you're gonna put torches. You're gonna have the blocks on both sides, but you're gonna go up a block and then put just a 3 by I guess 12 block long rectangle of more shroomlight. Yeah, it's a lot of shroomlight. You don't have to use it, like I said, but we're just gonna for the sake of this. And then you're gonna put comparators on top of all these blocks up here, and now on literally all the free blocks you're gonna put redstone. And that's most of the sorters completed. We'll have to add in the hoppers still, but that's no big deal. You're gonna want to put a line of blocks out here running along the length of this so that you can place in all your hoppers facing outward on these blocks here. So then you're also actually gonna come out another block and have another line of 12 blocks like this. You're gonna have hoppers leading out in that way on all these blocks, and actually may as well, we'll add in all the hoppers now. So go ahead and put in some ice on these blocks. You're going to use packed ice or blue ice for maximum sliding, and then you're going to put, well, also it would melt if it was normal ice, but you're going to put more hoppers facing that way on top of that, leading into the ice. Now you can go ahead and put in your chests, and you're just going to put a chest on coming off of each of all these hoppers here, and then they're going to have to be double chests. This is extremely annoying to place in. Chests are in place, and so now over here you're going to come out another 10 blocks on this end. Let's see, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, and here's where you're going to put the lava or cactus. Actually, you know what, let's use cactus because we used lava on the other one. May as well make it different. So let's get some sand and then cactus, and now we can put we can put this line of shroomlight here that goes all the way down the line or the sides of this ice. And now at this end, you're going to come out one more block of ice. You're also going to put some shroom light. Now you're going to get some glazed terracotta to prevent slime stuff sticking together, and you're going to put it right there. And now let's see, we don't need this ice anymore. You're going to get some slime blocks, because that's what we are going to need now. So right here you're going to have a slime block, and then at the back of the slime block facing into it, you're going to put a sticky piston right there, and then you're going to get an ender chest, and you're going to put the ender chest right right here. And this is sort of the little like trick that allows the items to be in technically both of these blocks, so that they'll slide but also get picked up by the hoppers. It's pretty handy for these kinds of farms. Now you can put shroom light on top of this piston, and then you can come down a block, put shroom light there, and put a repeater facing into it set to the max tick setting. And now you're going to go ahead and get some glazed terracotta and place it right there, and then some glazed terracotta up there, I believe. Now you're going to go up one more block with glazed terracotta, and then underneath it you're going to take some honey. I don't have honey yet, let's get honey. And now you're going to place it right there, and at the back of this you're going to place a note block. And you're also now going to put some redstone on top of, where's my redstone? Here we go. On top of all these blocks like that. You're also going to place a sticky piston under this note block, facing into the honey block. How are we going to do this? Let's just do that. That'll make it simple. Now you're going to take some glazed terracotta and place it right there and have a gap in the middle like that. And now you're going to take 3 more blocks on each side and place it up like that. And let's see, over here there are some buttons on these blocks here, but I'm not sure what they're for, so we are going to leave them out. If for whatever reason there is some kind of problem, we'll add them later. Now you're going to take some honey and place it in a corner pattern, I guess, with 3 blocks on each side like that. You're going to take some, oh no, wrong block. You're going to take some shroom light, place it on top of all these blocks just like so. You're going to take sticky pistons, place it right there, and then you're going to have more shroom light on top of it. And same over here, you're going to have shroom light up there and a sticky piston right there facing that way. So now that will shove these blocks and it'll push the items toward the center where they can get dropped down. On this side here, not on that side, you're going to place some glazed terracotta, and then you're going to have 2 gold blocks coming down like that, and a gold block going down there, and then you're going to have a repeater set to the max tick setting there, and a repeater set to the max tick setting right there. Now let's go ahead and actually get these attached over here. So I think you're going to start with a block right here. It doesn't have to be gold, by the way, but if you want to, you can build it out of gold if you have a lot of gold, but it's not necessary. Now you're going to come down a block and then build 4 blocks out like that. Place some redstone right there. Then put 2 repeaters set to the max tick setting on those blocks and more redstone back there. You can put redstone up there, and then put some more redstone there, I guess, and then put repeaters here all set to the max tick setting. Now you're going to come out and up and over, and I guess put a block right there with a torch on it, and that will actually power that side. Now we actually just need to build the clock circuit that makes this run. Alright, so from the back here, you're going to build a 2x2 platform of more blocks and then extend 2 out in that direction. So you're going to then place a comparator there, and have them facing in alternate directions like that. Then run redstone like that. And now we have comparator decay circuit, but it's not hooked up to anything, which means we need to put a torch right there. And are they going to be in sync, I think? Do they actually like stay out of sync like that? Let me see if we did that right. Actually, over here, you need to have this repeater set to that tick setting, not the full one. Now, those are both in sync. That's good. And you're also going to put a torch right there. And so, that will power these blocks right here, the honey and the slime. So, this clock circuit is all done, but we do need to put actually a redstone block back there to lock it. And you're going to get another sticky piston, and you're going to place it right there facing downward on top of that redstone block. You're going to put a note block on top of that. Now let's go ahead and start construction on this area up here, the crazy fancy unloading system for this. So you're going to start by placing a block on top of that note block, then put 3 blocks in each direction like that, and you're going to then run redstone on top of all of that. You're going to take blocks, put them up a block, and then put a 2x7 platform just like that. And now you're going to get some repeaters and place them all facing that way, and then out of the back you're going to have some repeaters. And did I say repeaters? If I did, I meant comparators. all of these repeaters need to be set to the max tick setting. And now we can go ahead and add blocks on top of all this redstone. And then on top of those blocks, you're going to have sticky pistons with observers facing. I don't have observers yet. You're going to have observers facing in that direction. So you're going to have to place them like on another block. I guess like this to make them face in the correct direction. Now over here, you're going to go up a block. Basically, it's on the same level as these comparators and repeaters. You can have a line of blocks like that. Then you're going to have a bunch of observers facing that way so that these guys can form an observer clock. Now you're going to take 7 droppers and place them all facing downward on these blocks like so, and then you're going to have 7 hoppers on top of them facing into them. Then on these sides you're going to have 7 more hoppers facing into them, and then on top of these hoppers you're going to have more hoppers facing into those hoppers. That's a lot of hoppers. Let's go ahead and get some cobwebs now, and you're going to place cobwebs underneath all of these droppers like this. Alright, cool. Now we need to add in the fancy minecart thing, which is actually the fancy portion of this. You're also going to want to take glass and place it over all of these redstone components like this. And now we can actually add the minecarts, but this is the tricky part that requires fancy stuff for the minecarts, I guess. Alright, so to do this next part, it's a little bit tricky. So you're going to start by placing 2 blocks here. And then you're going to get some normal rails, and the rails need to be placed like that on top of those blocks. Now you're going to take some glass panes, and you're going to place a pane there, actually. Let's go ahead and remove just this one row of glass for now. You still need it, but it's easier to do this without the glass. You're going to then get a normal piston. You're going to place it there, normal piston there, and then you're going to get a button. You're going to just... We'll get that. You're going to place a button there and a button there. Now you're going to need a few more glass panes. You're going to need a glass pane up here and then a glass pane out here. And same thing over here. Glass pane there, glass pane there. Now you're going to take some minecarts with hoppers. You're going to place one there. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do that, and you're going to then break the block. You're going to nudge this minecart into that gap there. And you're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to break that block and put the minecart into that gap right there. Now you're going to take a grindstone. You're going to place it right there and a grindstone right there. And then you're going to go ahead and, well, do the same thing on that side. Now let's see what we need to do. And you're going to put a rail here. And then you're going to shove this minecart in, and you're going to push it into that as much as possible like that. And you're going to do the same thing over here. Push that minecart in. And it's actually doing something. I'm not sure why. There shouldn't be any items in the hopper. You're going to place a block right here. You're going to place the rail like that. You're going to have the glass pane, and then you're going to have another piston for pushing this thing, and then you're going to obviously have the button on it. And now you're going to go ahead and place in a minecart right there. Then do that so that this thing is now sitting on that glass pane just like that. You're also going to put 2 glass panes on either side of the minecart just like that. And finally, you're going to place a rail sideways like that. You're going to place 2 hopper minecarts in the same block. You're going to walk into them so that they separate. Then you're going to break that and push these as far back as you can. There. So I was actually watching his video where he showed how to put these in, and it's actually different than how it is over here, so, but not a lot different. There is actually a glass pane right there, not here, and then there's a glass pane. Let's see if I can just nudge this a tiny bit. There's also a glass pane right there, and then this is pushed that way. Oh, okay. So, actually, yeah, it's just a little bit different in his video, like where he showed how to do that than what it actually is. So, on this side, if you push it into it from this side, then it works fine. So, as you see now, that goes out really fast. That goes out really fast. And yes, those 3 hoppers are the ones that you see here. And the way you put them in is that you just have a block of gap in between the glass panes and then the hoppers up here where the minecarts go. And also now might not be a bad time to actually configure these sorter systems here, so that we can actually have these sorts. So obviously you just put them in like that. You have 4 items that you never want sorted, and then you have items you do want sorted. And what we should do here is actually just have 2 of these be configured for gold ingots, and then the other 10 I guess be configured for gold nuggets, because you're gonna get a lot more nuggets than you are ingots. So I'm not gonna do all these, but that's how you do that. You do that on the rest of the 10 here, and so they'll stop at 41, and that's how you do that. Also, if you want to expand the storage, what you can do is just add more chests down here, and then you can put hoppers at the bottom, and that's how you'd expand the storage. So it's pretty simple to expand indefinitely downward. Like so. Now in the back here, you're gonna place 3 hoppers facing into those hoppers, and then 2 facing inward on either side. And then in the middle, you're gonna have a hopper facing into that, and then 3 hoppers facing, well, all into that middle hopper on the sides here. Now you can take some glass, put the glass there and there. Now put some glazed terracotta right here, and then you're gonna get 4 honey blocks and place them in a line like that. And this is sort of the switcher thing that makes it so you can toggle it between player killed and just fall damage killed. So if you do that, that's fall damage killed. If you do that, then it's player killed. So now you can place a sticky piston right there, facing into that honey, and then over here you're gonna place an observer facing outward like that, and then you're gonna get another sticky piston and place it right there, I think. And you're gonna get even another sticky piston and place that over there. Now we can go ahead and put a shroom light up there and take some glass. You can place that there, and then you can get some terracotta and place that on that side, I think. So now you can go ahead and place a button up there, and that'll toggle it for killing by player killed or just fall damage killed. So all you have to do is just push that, and that toggles it between the 2 modes. You can go ahead and start placing glass here. Now you can start placing in trapdoors, and you're going to place some starting right here. And then you're going to have some ender chests down here, like that. And now in the back here, we need to have piece of glazed terracotta there, and I think we actually need to start getting grindstones as well. You're going to start placing some grindstones. Oh no, I put those in the hoppers, really? Okay, I got those back. That was kind of dumb, but grindstone, let's place the grindstone here. There we go. Now we can actually build up some more of these glass walls, I guess, for this thing. So you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna take even more trapdoors and place them right here. And so this platform over here, you can basically do sort of what you want with it at this point. So apparently you only need the cactus and the trapdoors for really long AFK sessions, but let's go ahead and build in this platform anyway. So the platform level is starting at these ender chests right here. So we can just build this out, and then we actually don't need glass on these sides here. That's something that we don't need. Actually, keep these bottom ones, and then you can get rid of it and stop using it starting there. And I guess for the longer AFK sessions, you would have another trapdoor. Let's just get the crimson trapdoor so it's distinguishable. And it would go right there and right there, I think. So I guess then for longer AFK sessions, you'd have cactus right here, and then you can put it just on trapdoor. It's an easy way to keep the sand from falling. And, oh, we have to be careful of that, though. Cactus, let's get the cactus in. Alright, cool. So this is sort of the somewhat essential parts of this. If you're not going to do really long AFK sessions, you don't need that stuff. But if you are going to do really long AFK sessions, you do need that. And also, to go with that cactus, you would want to put a slab on top of it so it doesn't grow any higher. And now at this point, you can add whatever you want to the back here, like enchantment tables or anvils, grindstones, all that stuff. But this is the main area that you need for AFKing. And you just have your toggle button here, and it's pretty simple. So now we can actually go ahead and start work on, oh, that was left over. We can go ahead and start work on the actual spawning areas in this tube. So starting from this grindstone, like counting this grindstone, you're going to take a total of 23 of these into the sky. And, well, let's just start building up. So you're going to build this up as well on both sides, here and here, and then you're going to have glass going all the way up to match that. Okay, the grindstones are in. Basically, this glass just needs to go all the way up to 23 blocks as well to match it. And then actually we need to start adding turtle eggs and those kinds of things into this. And yes, there is glass here on these back 3 blocks as well, starting on top of those trapdoors. It also goes to the very top. And this is what you should have by the time you're done with that. And also, this is the first turtle egg that goes in. You're going to have a block right here, and you're going to place a turtle egg and not smash it like I did. You're going to have that right there. Now, that's the first part of the farm done. It's technically the more complicated and probably... well, maybe it's probably not as time-consuming as building 19 magma block layers, but it's the more complicated part of the farm. The next part will not take anywhere near as long. Alright, so this is basically 1 block higher up. This is sort of the pattern that we're going to have going all the way up. Although, I'll add in the turtle eggs a little bit after, but we are just going to start by making these grindstones, this glass here, and all this go up to Y level 254. Yep, it has to go extremely high, so... let's just go ahead and do that and get that done. Okay, we've got this thing built literally all the way to Y level 254. Now what you're going to need to do is you're going to have a turtle egg every 5 blocks. So what I mean by that is counting the block that a turtle egg is on basically. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have another block. Technically it's on the 6th block, but that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turtle egg. And this works basically that it's 1 turtle egg for 2 modules, so the next module would be up here. But the turtle egg from up there will still work for, but it'll also work for the one above. So that's how many spaces you need in between a turtle egg. And then you also are going to have to put trapdoors going all the way up, which is going to be kind of a big pain, I can already tell. So just do that all the way to the top. And then the final turtle egg is going to be basically equivalent to 1 block below the spawning platform, the final spawning platform, sort of like it is at the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. And you're also going to need to, on both sides, put trapdoors like this going all the way up so that the zombified piglins... I still don't like saying that. I wish they were just zombie pigmen. That makes me sad. Well, so that they can just fall down, and yeah, you're going to do that all the way to Y level 254, just like we did the other stuff. Okay, so I just realized something. This block right here, when you're looking at it, I got confused between standing on it and looking at it. When you're looking at this block, it's supposed to be at Y level 156, but I accidentally put it at Y level 155, meaning everything is 1 block too low. So what I'm going to do to fix this, I think, is just get ourselves a structure block, and we're just gonna save all of this to a structure block and then load it at the correct height. Alright, everything is gone. It's really weird, but let's go ahead and load this up. Include entities on. Done. Gold farm 2. Alright, now this is back. Y156. All the minecarts are there. Everything is how it's supposed to be. Okay, so this is the shape of the spawning platforms, and we're on the very tallest one, which should be at Y level 252 when you're looking at it. And the way you do this is, starting from this middle one, it's 5 magma blocks out on these 2 sides, and on these other 2 sides, it's 8 magma blocks. Also, the long ends correspond to the length of the farm, as you can see, like that. And basically then what you do is, once you're at the 5 blocks, you come out 1 block and then put 3. Then you go in for 2 blocks, go in for another 2 blocks, and then basically just have sort of a corner like this. And out here on this is the 8th block, you have 2 other blocks that are like that. Then you go in for 2 blocks, and then that joins together. And that's how you build the spawning platform. But now we need to do some other stuff, because the top has extra things that none of the other layers have. I'll probably just fill them in with structure blocks. And so basically you're gonna have a ring of glass around this, but you're always gonna have it come out extra so that there's never any like diagonally adjacent blocks like that. So you wouldn't want that. you would do that instead, so that there's always like full blocks of gap in between these areas. And you're gonna have to do this all the way around, but just on the top layer, just on technically the 19th layer. And then we actually have to make sort of a big oval around here with the glass. Alright, cool. This is what you should end up with when you're done. And now we're going to need to take some string. And you're going to have to put string in all these blocks here, like this. And this is to stop the zombified piglins from trying to pathfind over here and thinking they can walk and stuff. So you're just going to have to fill in all these empty spaces with string all the way around. Okay, now that all the string is in place, we can actually finish making this oval. Then we'll have to gas spawn proof, and then it's literally just building this thing, just this magma cube spawning, or the magma block spawning platform, on all other 18 levels, which is the time consuming and the very fun part. So starting right here in the very middle, counting this block, you're gonna have 8 blocks to come out. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's gonna be the same over here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on these other sides, it's going to be also actually 8 blocks. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And over here, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we actually have to connect these up and then fill it in. So on this side here, on these longer sides, you're going to have an additional 6 blocks extended on each of these sides. We're just going to do half of it. I'll show you how to do half, and the other half is just mirrored. So this is 6 additional blocks here. And over here, there's 4 additional blocks, and then it's 2 blocks, and then it's 2 blocks. I think there's 2 repetitions of that on either side. And actually, it's a 3rd repetition, so like this, and then there should just be 2 blocks in between that. Yeah, okay, there's only 2 blocks in between that. So basically, this is how you build the big exterior circle thing. And it's the same on both sides, obviously, because it's all like kind of the same thing. So here, that should be that, and then 6 additional blocks should connect to that. Cool. That's one half of it. Now you know how to build that, and you're also going to need to fill it all in with glass. So I'll leave you to do that, and I'll do that, and I'll cut back to when we're done. Alright, this is all filled in now, so we need to now gas spawn proof. So all the gas spawn proofing things are going to be literally on the last block before you hit build height. And to start, you're going to have a block that comes out 2 blocks from there like that on both sides. And so it's basically going to be a 2 block gap in between that, and then there's 2 of them with a 1 block gap. So this gas spawn proofing area is a little confusing because, yeah, see, there is a gas over there. And then coming back a block, you go out 2 blocks before you have another spawn proofing block, and it's the same over here. And then in the middle, with 2 blocks in between, there is an additional spawn proofing block. And we have to do the same thing over here, 2 blocks in between, then another 2, and then we have that. So I think that's about like half of the spawn proofing stuff. Now you need to come out 2 blocks like that, have a 2 block gap, and then put another one right here on that side, and do the same over here. On these sides, you're then going to come out 2 blocks before you have an additional block of spawn proofing, and it's sort of just like a grid on this area, and then 2 blocks over here, and add an additional one right there. And over here, you're going to add like the same exact thing because it's just a mirror of each other, and then over here you have more blocks coming out like that. And these final spawn proofing areas come out a block diagonally like this. So it's 1 there, and then 2 blocks over, there's another one. And then we have to do the same thing on these other 4 areas. So block there, and then a block over there. Let's get rid of that. Alright, we're almost done spawn proofing. Oops, block there, and then a block over here. And finally, we'll put that block. And then this little... Oh my gosh, I'm getting confused. There we go. Those are all the spawn proofing blocks, and now only zombified pigmen and probably the very occasion... Actually, no, the piglins can't spawn because it's magma blocks. Never mind, I was about to say something incorrect. All they have to do now is build this magma block platform 18 more times. You don't have to do any of the string, any of the spawn proofing, any of the circles outside, or donuts or whatever. You just have to use the magma block. Well, all these layers are in, and oh, there are a lot of dudes down here. There we go. Let's actually affect these dudes with glowing so we can see them coming. And also you'll notice there are quite a few down there, and that's because we haven't spawn proofed everything, so there is a decent chance that these rates are not going to be, these rates definitely aren't as high as were in Gnembon's video, and that's because I haven't done the extensive spawn proofing below the area. As you can see, there's not very many dudes up there, but there are a lot down there, so you do need to spawn proof to make this truly effective. But we are still getting a decent amount of spawns, and there are some piglins and other stuff, so yeah, there are a lot of guys down here. As you can see, if we even go into spectator, they're all in these caves, so all you need to do really to get rid of that is just blow up some of this stuff. Alright, I just actually blew up a little bit of the area down there, and there's already a lot more of these guys that looks like that are spawning here. Actually, we need to kill those guys now. More of them will start spawning. As you can see, we've got some more coming in. If we were to actually affect give at glowing, there are a lot more entities of different types in different areas, from magma cubes to other stuff. I think that may even, no, that doesn't affect items. So there's a lot more that's around there that's not spawn proofed, which is why this isn't super like crazy fast like it was in Gnembon's video. Well, as you can see, we have all 19 layers in here. They are spawning lots of stuff. It actually spawns more when I go up here for some reason. Like, there's a lot of them. Oops. Whoa, there's so many. Like, even just going higher up, it doesn't, you don't have to go too much higher before you get like a billion of them starting to spawn. Yeah, but then when you go down here, it gets a lot lower because of everything down there. So, yep, we gotta blow up stuff for spawn proof somehow. Anyways, well, I think that's about all for today's video. I hope you guys found this block by block tutorial on Gnembon's gold farm useful or informative. And whoa, there's a lot of dudes even going a little bit higher. It's actually possible, if you wanna, you can AFK like 24 blocks out here and you'll get a lot more spawns, just truly AFK. But that means you need to do that. Anyways, I'll link Gnembon's video down in the description, and there'll be a world download. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed or found it informative. But once again, I've been Speeve, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!